After that CEO who stole a hat from a kid went viral a couple days ago, a Karen decided to do something extremely similar and take that spotlight from him, as she decided to yell at a father for retrieving a baseball for his son and pressure them to handing it over to her. Okay, so my understanding is Philly hit a home run. The ball went into the stand, a bunch of people ran for it, and the father managed to grab a hold of it and gave it to his son as they were celebrating the son's birthday. The woman then got mad because she claimed that it was hers, which doesn't make sense at all because the norm is whoever managed to grab the ball first gets it. That's baseball. It didn't look like he grabbed it out of her hand. They both went for it and he got it first, then gave it to his son, whose birthday it was. But because everyone has a camera on their phone, we managed to get another angle of what they were actually saying. So she claims that it was in her hands, but here, looking at the footage, yeah, no, it doesn't look like that was the case at all, but there's another angle of it as well. Yeah, I don't know about that. It looks like he went for it at the same time and he managed to grab it first. This was not in her hand from what I can tell. Hey, I mean, it might have touched her hand, but it didn't look like she actually got a hold of it. Either way, though, the internet starts doing the thing and starts making memes about it and obviously wants to find her. So now you have this whole witch hunt for her, which I guess is just the new reality in the digital age. Like if you act out in public, people want to hold you accountable. I'm not sure if that actually helps anything, but let's see how the situation unfolded, because this is a little bit different from the situation with the CEO, because the woman didn't actually grab the ball out of the kid's hand like the CEO did with the hat. But I guess she just ended up threatening to speak with the father's management or something, and they ended up giving her the ball reluctantly. Obviously, that was not the outcome they wanted, but for some reason the father gave in. I would have never, because if I grabbed that ball fair and square and gave it to my son for his birthday, sorry, that's our moment. That's his ball. Good luck next time. But just like the last story with the CEO, this story also ends on a happy note because the kid ended up getting a bunch of gifts after all this happened because it went down on the big screen. So everyone in the stadium saw it.
So we brought you a cool little goodie bag. Happy birthday. Whatever, you don't have to give it to her. Oh, what the heck is for you? I'm so sorry. You okay? All right. Happy birthday.
The team that Philly was playing decided to actually give him a gift bag, which was just awesome sportsmanship, and also nice to see people sympathizing with the kid. But that wasn't it, because he also got to meet the player who actually hit the home run.
What's your name? Lincoln? Alright. Sorry you didn't get a ball, but I'm going to sign a bat for you instead, alright? Lincoln?
Amazing.
So while that's awesome, meanwhile, the internet was still fixated on trying to find this Karen. So the internet started rumors that this was a woman named Cheryl and that she had recently been fired from the school that she worked at. But it doesn't seem like that's true whatsoever. Because the Cheryl that the internet is trying to frame responded to this and said that she is not the woman there, nor was she fired, and that she wished that she was that skinny. So guys, let's chill on that doxing here, because the last thing we would want is some innocent person being framed for being the baseball Karen. Actually, I think they're referring to her as the Philly Karen right now. But the father and son did end up reacting to this.
I wasn't very happy that we had to give it to her, but we can't win. She was gonna get it anyways.
Sure.
Yeah. She wasn't going to take it, but
We can't win.
I decided to give her the ball. I apologize to you. It was the right thing. We just wanted her to go away.
That wasn't the right thing, but you guys did want him to go away.
And it worked out. You got a bat.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It did work out.
Dad, do you have any regrets giving the ball back?
Yeah, like I said, that was what we were there for. We were there to get a home run ball. So I thought I had accomplished this great thing, and putting in his glove meant a lot. And she was just so adamant and loud and yelling and persistent. And I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. You know, there was hundreds of people, you know, just staring. And like I said, she
Come on.
was
You let her
very,
bully
very,
you,
very
dude?
close. And I'm, you know, I'm dad of the family, so I didn't want to do something I'd regret. And that was the choice I made, is to just hand the ball back and tell her, go away.
That's kind of depressing, honestly. I mean, hey, it worked out for the better, I guess, because, okay, let's say, hypothetically, if he kept that ball, he wouldn't have gotten the gift bag from the Marlins, and he wouldn't have been able to meet the player and get a signed baseball bat, and most likely a ball as well. So it did work out for the better for him, but also, I mean, like, you shouldn't let someone steamroll over you just because they're loud. Like, dude, stand up for yourself. Stand up for your family. It's not like she's gonna, like, knock you out for the ball. Like, no, she's being demanding. You go, I'm sorry, ma'am, that you were not faster. We got this ball fair and square. This is now my son's ball. Hopefully you get it next time. Like, come on. This isn't like, you shouldn't teach your son that being an entitled brat gets you your way. But I mean, hey, that's just my 2 cents. And there's also claims that this Karen is now afraid of leaving the house, but nothing that's actually verifiable. So definitely take that with a pinch of salt, even though she seems like a real joy of a person to be around by images like this. And obviously, we're taking a lot of this stuff with a pinch of salt because I had to correct my last video on the CEO with pinned comment because their original responses, including the CEO, wife, and lawyer, according to the CEO, was not them. But he also just kind of lies in his real response. Obviously, I'm talking about this incident right here. But here is the concrete CEO's real and official response after he essentially snatched a hat out of a kid's hand. Due to the situation that happened during the Camille match at the US Open, I would like to clearly apologize to the injured boy, his family, as well as to the fans and the player himself. I've made a huge mistake in emotions, and in the crowd rejoicing after the victory, I was convinced that tennis player tips his hat in my direction, to my sons who have asked for the autographs earlier. To misconception caused me to pull out my hand. Today, I know I did something that looked like a deliberate collection of the child's souvenir. This was not my intention, but it doesn't change the fact that I hurt the boy and disappointed the fans. The hat was given to the boy, and apologies to the family. I hope, just partly, I have repaired the hurt that has been done. I also want to make it clear, neither I myself, nor my wife, nor my sons have commented on the situation on social media, as well as any other portal. We have not used services of any legal offices in this regard. All alleged statements appearing online are not ours. For years, my wife and I have been engaged in helping children and young athletes, but this situation has shown that I think one moment of disregard can ruin years of work and support. It hurts for me, but a needed lesson for humility. That's why I will be even more actively involved in initiatives supporting children and adolescents in action against violence and hate. I believe only through actions can rebuild what has been lost trust. Again, I am sorry to anyone I disappointed. Please understand, for my family's sake, I decided to turn off the options for comments on this post. Okay, I still don't buy that he thought that hat was actually for him, but at least he's taking some accountability here, and he's at least claiming that he's going to work on this forward. Either way, it sucks to see grown-ass adults take souvenirs from kids. Hopefully, they learn from this and act better, but I guess all we can do is really hope. Overall, though, massive skill issue from the Karen here, because all she had to do was get a hold of that ball, and none of this would have actually happened. But instead, she went full-on Smeagol for that ball and pulled the let me speak to your manager card and ended up getting the ball. So yeah, it's safe to say that she sucks, but other than that, drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.